It's not possible.
I didn't say it would be easy, Neo.
All right, good morning.
Good morning.
Introduce yourself, sir. Tell us your name and DOC number.
Walden Matthew, 574-434.
Yes, sir. And we have joining us, let's see, my name is Cheryl Renatza. This is Mrs. Stapleton seated to my left, Mr. Freeman seated to my right. Joining us by Zoom, we have Ivory Hickman, who will be speaking on your behalf, and your cousin Nisha Matthew, who's here in observing, in support, just observing. We're going to put a form up on the screen. I'd like for you to verify if you recognize it, and if that's your signature at the bottom of the page. You see that? Is that your signature dated March 1st, 24?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Matthew, based on that questionnaire, that your answers to those questions, you're not eligible for appointed counsel. So are you ready to proceed this morning?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm going to read the allegations against you, and you'll enter a plea of guilty or not guilty, and then we'll have a conversation about it. We'll hear from Ms. Hickman, and then you'll be allowed to make a statement before we vote. Ready? All right. You are accused of violating condition number 3, and it reads, the allegation is that you failed to get permission from your parole officer before making any changes to your address and failed to get written permission to leave the state of Louisiana. How do you plead to violating condition number 3?
I'm not guilty.
There's condition number 4, and that allegation is that you failed to refrain from criminal activity as evidence of your arrest on March 23rd, 2023 in Harris County, Texas, for aggravated assault on a family member, theft, and a warrant for absconding. All charges have been refused due to the victim not wanting to pursue charges. But how do you plead to violating condition number 4?
Not guilty.
There's condition number 5. That allegation is you failed to refrain from owning or possessing a firearm as evidenced by your arrest on March 23rd, 23 in Harris County, Texas for aggravated assault of a family member, specifically a firearm. How do you plead to violate? Not guilty?
Not guilty.
And then there's condition number 6. You failed to provide any proof of employment.
Not guilty.
Then last is condition number 10. You failed to pay supervision fees. You're currently in arrears in the amount of $2,331, and you also owe a $65 processing fee. How do you plead?
Guilty.
Right? So tell us about your arrest in Harris County. What was that all about? Why were you arrested?
I was arrested because me and my girlfriend got into it. Me and her sister, and police was called.
Well, but so what happened?
I was cheating. I was cheating on her, and
Why'd you have
that was the problem.
a gun?
I didn't have one.
What was the weapon?
They found the gun, but it wasn't me. I was not convicted of none of that.
Well, let's see. You refused to get out of a car and took out a small handgun. Only way he said, the only way he was going to leave her alone was if he dies, she dies, and they both die. Mr. Matthew also pointed his gun in the direction of Miss Hickman's sister.
I did. This is my first time even hearing that. That's not my statements if that's what they're saying. I never even made a statement.
Now there were other witnesses to the incident. So were you working?
Yes, ma'am.
Why didn't you provide proof of employment to your parole officer?
My charges happened in Texas. I had relocated to Texas for, I don't know which storm, I don't know the name of it. I don't know if it was Gustav or what, but it was in 21. I don't know the name of the storm, but me and my parole officer I talked to him about leaving New Orleans because it was attempts on my life. I came home December 7th. The first day I came home, I wasn't home 24 hours, and something happened. Somebody shot the car up and killed the female that I was in car with. So a couple of weeks after that, the same kind of incident happened to me. And I was telling him, like, this was going on in my life, so I need to, like, relocate to Texas. I have family out there I can stay with him. And he was telling me I had to go through a process and everything. So in the midst of waiting on the process, the storm happened. And when I went out there, my cousin had a job for me already set up, so I just stood out there.
And you never did finish the process, did you?
No, ma'am.
And you never did continue working with your parole officer to get that done?
No, when I talked to him about it, he was like, I had to quit my job and come back to Louisiana. But I was trying to tell him, is there any kind of other way I can pay my fines and fees and just, y'all can just relocate me out of here without doing it? He was like, he didn't know. So during that time, we just was out of touch.
Yeah. Right. Let me hear from Ms. Hickman. Ms. Hickman, are you on the line with us?
Yes, ma'am.
What would you like to say to us?
As far as the incident that happened between me and him, I already told everyone that that was a false statement that I made. I was upset that he wouldn't stop cheating on me. When I made that call, he didn't have a firearm. He didn't put me in no immediate danger. He also didn't do anything or say anything. All those charges were dismissed here as well because I did come forward and let them know that I did tell that lie. As far as working, he was working here at a nursing home. The situation with him leaving, I didn't know him then. I didn't find out about all of that until afterwards. But the same story that he's telling is the same story that I've heard. It was 2 attempts on his life. And when he got here and we met, he was already working. He was helping me pay bills. He was helping me take care of children, of my previous children before him. And then we also just had a daughter together as well. And we were getting prepared for that when I made that phone call and started all of this madness. I've apologized to him for all of that, hoping that we can move forward so he can continue to help me raise my children, also be in his daughter's life as well. But everything else, I've already stated that that was a lie. As far as he didn't have a firearm, he had keys, a set of keys to my vehicle, which I had a set of keys to them as well. So he had permission to be in the car. He didn't put me in any immediate danger either.
Thank you, ma'am. All right, Mr. Matthew, anything else you want to say to us?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Matthew, the report and the witness statements, other than Ms. Hickman, are not the same story that you and she are telling today. So I'm ready. I'm prepared to vote. My vote today is to revoke your parole. I find you guilty of violating the conditions of your parole. You'll have an opportunity to reapply at such time you're eligible to do so. I encourage you to do that. Ms. Stapleton?
I agree completely.
Mr. Freeman?
I also concur. You were definitely out of state in Texas, which is automatic revocation.
All right, sir. Today, Mr. Matthew, your parole is being revoked. Thank Ms. Hickman for her comments. We're going to sign off from the Orleans Justice Center. It's 10:04 a.m.